All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Today, we're going to be going over new construction and how to generate some great leads. Today, there's going to be a part of this call today where we're going to talk about custom questions. And when I mention custom questions, I really want everybody to absolutely pay attention because there's a couple of clicks you're going to make. It is so easy, and it's going to be phenomenal for helping your follow-up, okay? Because when we can use the Facebook ads, ask a question in the ad itself in the lead form, your follow-up is going to be so much better. So just a little heads up there. I want you to pay attention to that. Everybody hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I got somebody saying they can't. That's probably their speakers. It could be me. Is it me or can you all hear me? Let me know. Can you hear me? Lynn says, yes, she can hear me. Everybody says yes. Okay, absolutely awesome. I did put a link if you're on this call. If you're not a client, click that link, sign up for a free trial, get involved. And I would be absolutely remiss if I did not mention, man, just heard from a broker yesterday, one of his agents, 3 listings from this. It's the ultimate guide to getting your expired home sold. I'm going to put this link into the chat. If you've ordered this, and Cindy, I think we just got your order. If we did, I think you emailed me, so we'll try to get that out the door. I'm going to put this link in. This guy right here, I did an interview with him yesterday, and he got the booklet. In fact, I got a copy of his booklet as well. It's 24 to 26 pages. Depending if you got an introduction, if you do coming soon marketing. And this dude looked up in the MLS, and I'll give you the link. You can watch the whole video, but just super brief. He got the booklets and he looked in the MLS, and what he did is he looked for expireds that were 60 to 90 days out, because he said, I didn't want to call the brand new expireds because everyone's going to be calling them. And he had 2 great conversations. One did a call back to him. He went out and he's listing the property next week. It's an almost $1 million listing. Lisa says, John's on my firm. He is amazing. He's got a really cool video. He's got that video of him on the boat where he's talking about Lake Norman Realty. That's actually a really nice video. I like it a lot. But I want to recommend everybody go ahead and watch this video a little bit later, and you can get involved. What you want to do is you'll click here, you'll order the setup, and it's only $60. It's going up to $80 at the end of the month. It may go to even $100. It's a little bit involved, and I'm telling you, it's going to rock your world. Once you get what we're going to do, if you order this, we're going to add an expired listing to your Listings to Leads account. We're then going to send you a quick email with a couple of screenshots to review. Everything looks good. We're going to send you a hard copy in the mail. So you're going to get one of these via 2-day air. And from there, you can then, if everything is good, you can start ordering copies. And I'm sure John's going to get even more deals from this. Again, another agent, she went and door knocked and expired, got the listing signed while she was at the property the first time out. Phenomenal. And then again, like I mentioned, a broker just told us yesterday that one of his agents, 3 listings. And I was actually a little bit bummed because he didn't really tell us how he did it. But like John, the agent didn't wait around for everyone to spoon feed him. Just like John didn't know what he was doing. John had just started doing it. So he literally, again, looked in the MLS, found some expireds. There's a comment in the Mastermind group where somebody said, and I think Lourdes, if you're on this call, probably maybe not, but there was forewarn or something involved with the MLS where you can find the owner and then get the phone number. And I wasn't sure exactly that's what he did or not, but regardless, 20%. He listed 20% of the people he called. And it was interesting because he said in the second week, so last week, he started calling new expireds. And he said, just like he thought, it was a total bust, didn't work out very well. Because all the coaches, what do they say? They say, All right, sit down every morning and all those new expireds, you want to call them, but you're one of 20 people. You're one of 20 people calling these people through. And by the third call, in fact, probably when you're calling them at 8, there's probably 3 or 4 other agents calling them at 8 o'clock. And the homeowner's phone is being absolutely blown up, and it probably sets them off for a little bit, right? There's so many agents calling them that the owner just, oh my God, let me just step back for a little bit. So I think John's idea of waiting 60 to 90 days out. And then people are doing this for FSBOs as well. I'm having multiple people tell me they're converting FSBOs, and it's almost the exact same roadmap, but for a different reason. And when I say roadmap, I mean reaching out to FSBOs after 60 days, or maybe even after 30 days, depending. But again, and we've got amazing FSBO training, but if you were to contact a FSBO right away, they don't want to hear it, right? They don't want to talk to an agent. That's why they listed as FSBO. So if you approach a FSBO with this kind of a marketing plan, they're just going to tell you to get lost most likely. And so the same idea with a FSBO, and you can do it with canceled, you can do it with withdrawals. So there's so much opportunity. People are just absolutely converting them into listings. And I think the second time around is probably better because now that homeowner knows, hey, you know what? We've got to be smart. We don't want to list our house and sit there and go through all that hassle, showings, maybe open houses, having your home on Zillow and people are looking at it. They don't want to sit there for 6 months and doing all of that. So I think you're going to get a little bit of a better seller client when you're doing this because now they've already been through it. So you're going to be able to get better pricing, I would imagine. You're going to get a better seller that's more open to negotiating with the buyer. So I think your opportunity to get that listing closed after it's already gone through the ringer one time is going to be a lot higher than the first time through. So if you got any questions on this, get into the mastermind group. When you log into your listings to leads account, you're going to see a pop-up. If you click that pop-up, it'll take you to the post. All right. And then from there, I would go through the comments. I would read through the comments and a lot of amazing stuff. So any questions on that real quickly before we move on? Good to see everybody. Everyone, if you haven't chimed in yet, oh, what just happened to my monitor? There we go. All right, Ruth. All right, Ruth, good to see you. Ruth, where are you from? Steve Robertson. Dude, Steve Robertson. Awesome. Good to see you, man. Absolutely love it. We got people from Naples and Orlando, Bakersfield. I'm not too far from Bakersfield, Florida myself. All right. Who's doing all the harding? We got LPT Davis in San Antonio and Lynn we got the San Antonio Mafia in the house. Oh, Ruth, you're from Michigan. I'm from Flint myself. Yep, a Flint, Michigan native of all things. I grew up on Chevrolet Avenue. You know you're from Flint when you grew up on Chevrolet Avenue, right? So with that, let's get to it. So I've logged into my account. I'm on the dashboard. Now, with new construction, there's really 2 ways of going about it. You can market. In fact, oh my God, I just got to get back with this guy. Jamel, if you're on this call, dude, I got your email. One of our clients, Jamel, he emailed me the other day and I got to make sure I get back to him because he told me, he goes, hey, Scott, a builder has reached out to me. And it sounds like Jamel had maybe contacted him previously based on his email to me. But he goes, this builder wants me to use listings to leads to market his inventory. And so he's asking me a few questions. He was asking me if we could get together and review a few things. And if anybody knows Jamel, in fact, no, he's from Georgia, but I got to remember to get back to him after a little bit later today because I really want to make sure we've had a number of clients absolutely approach builders, right? Local, regional people where you got a manager in the area, and they've approached builders and walked them through the marketing that they can do. Damn, you could show them not the expired, but the regular version, like your listing presentation version of this, and show that builder, especially right now, and start locking up some exclusives for these builders to market their properties. And I would actually ask them for some budget. I would just say, hey, listen, I'll do all the work. You give me money. You don't need to pay me for my hours, but I'm going to want advertising money up front so that I can advertise this on social media, maybe on Google, and get some really good relationships with builders. So I'll try to make sure I get back with Jamel a little bit later today. Oh, Jamel, you are there. I sold the model home from a previous phase. Off, dude. Awesome. If you don't hear from me a little bit, dude, I've been so slammed with getting this expired stuff into people's hands. Jamel, if you don't hear from me a little bit by this afternoon, I would love for you to ping me. And I definitely want to make sure I get with you and just help you out however I can. All right. So I appreciate you reaching out to me, and I apologize being a little bit remiss in getting back with you. As I was saying with new construction, though, there is, yes, jump into my DMs. Exactly. Prius, it's got, but yes. And I've got the link to order these for the standard listing presentation version. So right now we're promoting the expired version, right? You can see, get your expired home sold. We do have a standard version of this as well. And yeah, Priya, you know what? Also ping me a little bit later, then I'll get those links to you. So we got the setup link, we got the order link as well for this. And then we're going to do the FISBO as well. So let me get back to new construction. As I was trying to say, there's kind of two ways to do new construction: marketing, advertising individual units or the entire development. And I'm going to walk through both. So I'm going to click on listings. And first we're going to talk about the unit. I think there's pros and cons of both. If I had to pick one or the other, I would market individual units. And there's just because people can see, they can see the thing, right? When it's a whole development, I don't want to say it's because people have success with both. So let me not do too much back and forth on the two, because both are great. So what you're going to want to do is click on add listing. Now, if the new construction is in the MLS, you could grab it. So zip code, MLS ID, click grab it. If it's not available for some reason, but it is in the MLS, our support team can add it for you. So if you click to grab and you're not able to, so for example, if I just throw in some garbage there and I say, this is not my listing, it's a new construction, right? Unfortunately, it cannot be grabbed. And it says here, you can request. And then you can click that and request the support team to add that listing for you. Now, if it's not in the MLS, they're not going to be able to add it for you. You'd have to add it yourself. So if there is new construction and it's not been ever put in the MLS, that's actually a benefit because you are going to be the only one marketing it most likely, which is awesome. So there's a benefit to that little extra work that you're going to do to have to add it. But if you go add listing manual, you could say coming soon. I like coming soon. Just hit continue. All right. So maybe it's going to be built out by November 15th or something, or early 2026 or what have you. You could do just listed. You could do active, custom status banner. You could say new construction. Just add in the information. All right. Save and add photos. Add the photos of the new construction. If it's a local builder, so like in our area, there's a lot of builders in our area that are, I want to say regional, meaning they're not regional like California, Nevada, Washington. They're regional as in Placer County, El Dorado County, Folsom County, maybe Nevada, whatever, Nevada County. We have a county called Nevada near here. So they're just in the 3 or 4 county area where they do, and they're mostly single family homes. All right. They're mostly single family homes. Sometimes they're built for a particular owner, but sometimes they're built as spec and then they're listed on the MLS. And so these would be the great kind of people to approach with this kind of marketing. We've had people also do the DR Hortons, do the larger builders. They go to the sales office. They get permission to market either a unit or the development to their audience. So just add that listing to your account. And from a new construction. And let me see. Oh yeah, Lynn, hold tight. We're going to get to that. All right. All right. So I've got the listing in my account. And so 5530 Douglas in Folsom, California. It's just listed. I'm going to click market listing, and I'm going to click Facebook and Instagram ad. And so we're going to market this just as a normal listing. But there's a big difference here. Well, I don't want to say big difference. There is something, like I said, remember I said custom questions? So pay attention, please. I don't want to have to show this too many times. The other day I had to show it like 4 times because people kept going, where did you get that window from? It's only a couple of clicks. So don't freak out. All right. It's super, super easy. The ad is going to be like normal. So it's going to autofill location. All right. I got the new construction banner up here. Now for the text right here, and I will drop this text into the chat. This is from an ad. I grabbed it from a client. He's been running this ad, I want to say for almost a year. Not a year, like 6 months though. Thousands of dollars. All right. Thousands of dollars. I changed, his was like, I believe it was like condos or townhomes or condos or something. It was a different location. So I just changed it to say, click preview, new homes coming soon to Folsom. Experience Folsom's newest community of modern homes designed for easy main floor living, style, and comfort. Thoughtfully designed layouts, your choice of interior and end units, move-in ready options or personalized finishes. Your future awaits. Occupancy starts late 2025. In fact, he's got multiple ads running. They're both using the same language. They both are using the same image. I think I didn't even check. I think the only difference is it's different locations. All right. But who knows? I don't know why he's running 2 ads, but he's been running them. It's got to be at least 6 months, continuously just updating the ad. Like I've shown you before, when you have an ad that's running really great, you can extend the budget, you can extend the ending date so the ad never ends. So this is the text. So this is exactly like I said, the only thing I changed was the location. And then I put homes instead of townhomes. So if the new construction is condos, then I would say newest community of modern condos. If this is not appropriate or whatever, that anything here that needs to change, for example, this one says main floor living, which to me, it makes it sound like a single story. You could just take out easy living if it's like a 2-story type of thing. He's coming in at $350, thousands of dollars. And I check him every week at a minimum. Sometimes it's like a couple of times a week I check him, and he's always been under $4, under 420. Anyways, but right now the 2 ads, one is at 412 and the other one is like at 323 or something. I literally just checked him before I came on this call. And he's just got an image of the development. And to be honest, it's not even the best image in the world. Jennifer says, I would think you need permission of the listing agent. If it's new construction, it's usually done by the builder. But yeah, of course, you always need permission of the agent. That's just a given. All right. So we never do anything that's illegal or that's going to get you into trouble. Yeah. In fact, I would even ask the builder before I start marketing it. And why? Because if I'm going to do new construction, I might ask them, do you have any videos? Do you have the original photos that I can get, because they're going to be higher quality and they're going to look better in all of my marketing? So yeah, I'm definitely going to make sure that I touch base with these people ahead of time. And I also want them to know I'm helping you out. I'm putting some money behind what you got. All right. And so I don't want to do that and not let them know. And plus, I also don't want to get into trouble from them if they find out I'm doing this and for whatever reason that they're not happy. But I can tell you 99% of the time, they're going to be thrilled that you even offered. I can almost guarantee you, with the way new construction is right now, they're going to be thrilled. All right. Unless it's like, for some reason, it's in that one area that's getting 5 million offers, which is what? Do you tell me where that is? I would love to know. I know there's a couple of areas outside of New York City that I heard that are pretty popping right now. Someone said I said, he's between $350 and $4, right? So it's actually low threes and low four right now. So that would be like what, 360 a lead, 350 a lead that he's averaging. So check this out. And this is true. So custom questions. So here, check this out. Under advanced options, open up advanced options. All right. So normally I never show you this. This is something we normally don't do. Why are we doing this? I want you to understand why we're doing this, because it's going to make your life better, because your follow-up and your engagement. Yi Gong, who is doing this, she's doing this exact same thing I'm showing you. And she has 2 to 3x her engagement with her leads. So check this out. This is important. I don't want to have to show this more than twice, and I'm not going to show it more than twice. You open up advanced options. All right, that's easy enough. There's a green button, create new form. We're going to click it. So far, so good. And then form questions right here, right? What we want to do is we want to change the question so that our follow-up is more on point and more engaging. So I'm going to open it up, and you're going to see name, email, and phone number are on. That's awesome, right? That's the Facebook lead ad. That's what most of you are doing, right? Name, email, and phone number. But if I scroll down on the far right, notice there are 2 more questions that are also turned on. What is your time frame to buy? And would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? If you run an ad with those 2 questions, which is great, and if they say yes, we actually send the ultimate guide to buying a home in the autoresponder. So you don't even need to send it to them if they say yes to that guide. But especially for new construction, here's what I want you to do. Close that one and scroll down just a little bit more and turn on, see if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. Most lenders can do both, and most new construction offers both. A lot of them do, right? And it says, and it doesn't even have to be for that specific property. Does that make sense for everybody? So now I'm going to click create the form, right? So far, pretty obvious, create form. And then I'm just going to close advanced options. I'm going to close that up. And now look at this, ad looks like we're back to normal. I'm going to up my budget. 35 is on fumes. You're not going to get anywhere on $35 a week, depending on how many ads that you're running. I like to have about $100 a week, $150 a week on buyer ads to get a nice lead flow coming in. And this way, every single day, when I time block, and if you're not time blocking an hour to call back leads, it may take you 30 minutes because you don't get anybody picking up. And the next day it could take you an hour and a half because you had a couple of conversations that went longer than you would have thought, which is the way it is. So I'm going to spend $100 for the week. All right, start and end date for 1 week. I can change the image. I can change the template. I could put a video. There's a lot of great things that you can try out there. And I'm going to hit create ad. And that's going to submit that to Meta. We are going to look at an ad after this cycles through. So let's give it a quick minute. Yes, this is being recorded. Jamel, there's a post in the Mastermind group. There's actually a poll. Talking about seller questions that we're going to be adding, I believe tonight. We'll be live tomorrow, and I'll do a video if it is. But you can also just put it in the Mastermind group, what question that you want to ask that we can add. So we can add more questions. So if there's another great question, now it's got to be at a maximum 10 words or less. That makes sense? 10 words or less. So now check this out. Let's take a look at an ad that I just did a little bit ago before this call so that we could actually do exactly what we're going to do right now. We're going to look at this ad live on Facebook. Show ad. And there we are right there. So here's that ad. All right. And people are going to click the ad. And check this out. What is your time frame to buy? And here's the thing, a lot of people are going to say they're just dreaming. Why do they say they're just dreaming? Because if they've never bought a home before, if they're a first-time home buyer, they don't know the home buying process. They don't even know if they can qualify for a loan. They don't know how all this stuff works. If maybe, and then you're also going to find if for a lot of people that own a home, they're going to be saying things like 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12. But here we go. Check this out. See if you qualify for a zero down or down payment assistance. Why is this important? Why do I want you using this? As appropriate. All right. As appropriate. I want you to be using this because it's going to create FOMO. It's going to create desire. It's going to create heightened interest because now when you follow up, what I want you to be doing in the follow up is making sure you address and bring up the fact that they want more information about zero down or down payment assistance. Now, if you're not a lender, you don't have to get neck deep and trying to talk to them about all this stuff. But as an agent, you should at least be conversant and having this conversation. And then if you've got a lender partner, you got an in-house lender, you got a good lender that you work with, I would turn these people over to them. Because a lot of times, especially for a first-time home buyer, the biggest hangup is going to be, how do I even get a loan? So you going out and looking at with these people that are not even pre-qualified yet is going to be a waste of your time. You know, this question right here can be absolutely phenomenal in 2 to 3xing your engagement with these leads, because now there's a question that was asked that they want more information about, and you're going to be able to help them out with it. So I'm going to say, yes, let me know, hit continue. Name, email, and phone number are going to populate right there. We see, I know with Yee, anywhere from 80 to 90% of the phone numbers are good phone numbers. And then it's going to take me to that listing. And you could do a video. The builder may have a video. The builder may have a 3D tour, professional photos. If any of you do community area videos, you can throw in community videos. You might even do a video about the development if you're into doing that kind of stuff. So everybody good to go on doing that ad? Everybody clear? I just got one of those just dreaming from yesterday. Yeah, of course. And in fact, I would hope if you're watching your cost per lead, you want to get into the sweet spot of getting about 4 to 6 leads a day so that you've got consistent follow-up with people, that you got new leads coming in. And so, yeah, just dreaming, like I said, just dreaming is usually a first-time home buyer that they don't understand. They don't get the home buying process. They are renting right now. And I'll tell you, I hear renters a lot of times, they're getting squeezed as well. There are a ton of renters that have a good job. They've been in a rental that is maybe increasing that rent 5% every single year. And in fact, I'm going to get Yee on a call tomorrow. Her and I will hopefully do a call tomorrow. In fact, we're talking about doing one with another lender to really help everybody out to understand the whole idea of affordability and what a lot of the buyers are facing, and actually to how to help them out. And that's where that custom question comes in. All right. Because that's what buyers want to know. What zero down options are there? What down payment assistance? In fact, I'm thinking right now off the top of my head is for new construction, we could even say, find out, do you want to get, in fact, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to add this for tomorrow. Do you want new construction incentives? Hold on one second. Let me write this down. I'm going to say custom question. So we're going to add this for tomorrow. Get the latest incentives for new construction homes. I'll phrase that just a little bit differently. Sorry for doing some work while we're on the call together, but I know if I don't write that down now, I'm going to absolutely forget all about it. Yeah. Great questions. Real quickly here for all of you. For listings, if you want to add video, 3D tour, professional photos, you could send it to support they can add it for you, but it's so easy to do. Just click edit for the listing. So there's edit right here and videos 3D tour. And in this case, I just dropped in a YouTube link. If you were going to, if you got embed code, maybe for Matterport 3D tour, you can add that right there and just drop it in. You could upload the file. And I believe Vimeo and YouTube both will work right here. And then I've got include with unbranded tools. That will be unchecked by default. So I've left it unchecked and click save. Now in my account, I've got a video. I've got a 3D tour as well. And just while we're here, in fact, I was going to do a video on this very soon. If you've already got a video, then I can't add anything else in this area right here. So what I did is I go to sections, add section, and just, this is exactly how I did it in the other one, 3D tour. And I click the source and I just drop it in there, click it again, and then add section. As I mentioned, you can always send it to support. Now you'll need to send them the embed code. You can't send them the link, but if you got the embed code, so if you got a photographer, they did a 3D tour for you, just ask your photographer or ask support at whatever system you're using for the 3D tour. Just say, can you give me the embed code for my 3D tour? And I've seen some phenomenal, there's Matterport you can use, and I've seen people with their floor plans where they just send the embed code to support. We add it into the account, and now you got floor plans, you got 3D tours, you got community videos. So there's a lot of great rich media that you can add to this, especially if you've got a YouTube channel where people have to go to YouTube, they got to find you. The algorithm may not be favoring you quite yet on YouTube. So to be able to put that content into your marketing with listings to leads can be absolutely phenomenal. All right. So let's just go through a few more things here because we got social media. That was the ad. We got social media post. So if you added the new construction as a listing, we'll have the post. So that will go up to Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Instagram, and Google, which I would highly recommend. And normally when you change the ad, I'm going to just use the same text right there and click post now. All the social media postings for whether it's a listing, a landing page, a PDF guide, they will all go back to either the single property website or the landing page. Same as the ad. Now, there's no seller for new construction. All right. So there's no seller for that. You're probably not going to use the nearby homeowner letter either. If the new construction is in a neighborhood where that letter is appropriate, by all means, go for it. We have the postcards and door hangers. If you think that's appropriate, it may or may not be. Most likely it's not going to be, but we also have the e-flyer for a database. So I would 100% send this out to my database as well. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it through listings to just send it from here. And then I'll show you how to take it and drop it into Follow Up Boss. And the question from Follow Up Boss, if you go to your listings to leads profile, you will see where you can connect. There's a tab called CRM integration, Go High Level, Follow Up Boss, Bold Trail, Sierra, all of them. So make sure you've got your leads going to your CRM, of course. All right. Let's make sure we've got AI text follow-up. We got the email follow-up. So you can use our follow-up. But if you've got a CRM, by all, and use the tags right here in edit, you'll see, under edit, you can tags. And actually, there's a few other ways of making sure that these leads get into whichever follow-up plan you want them in your CRM. All right. So this e-flyer, I can change the title. So I might just say new construction and Folsom. And the e-flyer, let me show you. Sometimes I forget because I see this all the time. We're going to rotate the first 5 photos, which is awesome. So whatever your first 5 photos are, so just click edit photos. You can arrange them however you want to. And that will be what this rotates here. But then check this out. We let people know that when homes sell, other homes, their value changes. So this email would be great for your buyer leads, your seller leads. You're just letting people know about new construction, but it's also going to get some of your homeowners, your seller leads, your homeowner leads and contacts in your database to click and automatically go to a landing page where they can get their home value. We've also got your listings to lead signature, which you can grab this and take this to your Gmail. You can drop this into Constant Contact in your CRM to use as a signature. You can go to your listings to leads profile and grab this, but that will go to my client review website. So you want to get this out to your database or to the leads in listings to leads. How to do that? Click send now, select who you want to send it to. I can deselect, I can select which list I want it to go to. I'm going to just say all and hit send. And that's going to send that email, the e-flyer for that new construction to your database. Now, if I want to send it through Sierra, through Bold, through Follow Up Boss, the easiest thing to do is click. You hear me clicking in there? I'm clicking in here. So click in the email area and then Command or Control A and C. So I'm going to select and copy, go to my CRM. Now I'm still in listings to leads, but in every CRM will have an email editor like this. And all I do is I just drop it in there. Boom. It's that easy. It's going to rotate through. It's going to look beautiful. We got the great GIF down here, the GIF down here for the home value. I got my signature right there. Everything looks beautiful. And just like before, people are going to click that image. They're going to go to the property website. They click the second thing about the home value. They're going to go to the landing page. Absolutely awesome. You might call up a few people in your database. I love calling through the database because I'm not asking for anything. I'm just calling to let you know, hey, there's some new construction that was just recently built. They got some phenomenal incentives. And I just want to make sure to let you know about it because you may know some people looking to buy and there's some really great new construction inventory. Now, one thing that I didn't say this earlier, I didn't mention this earlier, and I usually do, which is take care of your people. All right. Take care of your people. If you know that new construction is already having foreclosures in the area, if it's not a great quality, you're going to have to deal with these people in 2, 3, 4 years when either they're going to go resell and you're going to lose a client because you put them in a property that just had awful value appreciation because it was just awful construction. You're going to be dealing with them in 2 to 3 to 6 months from now when they start getting leaks, the windows don't shut properly, the common areas didn't get built out. So when you're doing new construction, please do a little bit of research. Make sure you understand that this is not just a normal resale property where, things that were built, or if something's 5, 10, 15 years old, there's a little bit of history. We're going to go through the inspection. Everything will probably be fine. But some of this new construction is shady. I mean, some of this new construction is a little bit shady. I don't want you as an agent, and you don't want this because hopefully you're going to be in the business in 3 to 5 years. You don't want to deal with a bunch of pissed off people that you put into a new construction that really you should not have put them into. So just be aware of that, please. I don't want you to have problems later on down the line with people that are mad at you, that you go through all of this work and you're going to get no referrals. That's a shame, right? Every deal that you do should lead to more referrals because you got happy people, you got buyers that are going to sell at some point. And so I want to make sure I get that business. And if I put somebody in a crappy new construction, I'm not going to get anything except a headache. Someone says, especially in Lennar. Yeah. 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 But Monica, I would make sure even before the inspection that I just have a sense, right? Maybe I talk to other agents that have had people buy into the place. Sometimes you can just hop on YouTube and find videos of people and just go through a tour yourself and just look at it. And I think as a professional, you're going to be able to tell Do the finishes look, and they don't have to be luxury. Nobody needs luxury, but nobody needs a damn headache either, right? You don't want a buyer getting in a property and you find out that the windows aren't sealed properly, that the HVAC isn't really, the heating is going to break down in a couple of months. Now, it's not your job and you don't have a crystal ball on this stuff, but at least we can have a feeling and a history, even if it's not your personal history. They've likely been in the market in your area for a while. So you'll know, all right, you'll know. And if you don't, talk to a few other agents and ask them, say, hey, what do you know about this new community? What's the quality of it look like? Is that something that we want to put buyers into? Or do we want to avoid that and save ourselves the headache down the road? All right. Yeah. Thank you. Like I said, I don't want you getting into trouble. And not even, it's not the trouble. It is the bad blood and lost friendships and lost business opportunities. Yeah. Sold by Robert. Yeah, you can upload the file, but why wouldn't you just put it on YouTube? Even if it's going to be unlisted, I think it's just easier and better. Put it on YouTube and then put that link into listings to leads. All right. Short form video scripts. Definitely you want to do a quick video. This is the greatest way to get people that the great thing about short form video, and I don't know that I got to sit here and spend too much time on this. We give you a video script, but you're going to capture a lot of people that maybe aren't looking exactly for a home in Folsom in this area, because on Zillow, they got or even your IDX, they're looking at search criteria that's filtered out. If you go do a quick little, not quick, but short form is quick. So you go do a quick video at that new construction. It doesn't have to be overly over the top professional. You don't need to be perfect. All right. You got to start somewhere. So just go do a video. You don't even have to be in the video. You could do a walkthrough video. You could be in the video. If you want to be in the video, that's fine. But I would just go out there and I would replicate what I did in the ad copy, right? Something new home. We got new single family homes coming into Folsom that are great main area living. And I might throw in there's some really great zero down and down payment assistance options with great finishes. I may not mention the builder name, right? I don't want them running off. But so yeah, make sure you do a couple of good videos. And for the other things, we got the listing flyers. I don't think you're going to need that for new construction. Now, if it's your listing, then you're going to market it like a regular listing, like we normally would. And the last thing I'm going to share with you. All right. So again, pay attention, please. And then we're going to get into the community, marketing the community on a landing page. So the last thing I want to mention here, and again, please pay attention. And this is some great ideas for your Instagram stories, your TikToks that are super, super easy to do. In the overview, and I'll put a link to this in the chat, click on the step-by-step guide. And it says just listed, but that's fine. That's totally fine. And scroll down, and I'm going to put a direct link to these Instagram stories. Right there, click here for examples on Instagram. Let me drop this into the chat. All right. You can take a look at that. And let me just walk you through here what's going on. So this is saying open house, but this could be absolutely new construction. You're going to see a combination of both images and video clips. And the video clips are just video clips of the property, not of me in the property, although you could do that as well. And you can look on Instagram for some other ideas. But what I want you to notice that you're not going to see a lot of times are the fact that I've got links and a poll for every Instagram story I've got right here. And you can do a lot of this on TikTok as well. So check this out. I go through Instagram and I see one of your stories about that new construction home. And this is just the template from Listings to Leads that I downloaded. But check this out. And I got a training video on how to do this. There's a link to the property website. So I can pull traffic off of Instagram right into my property website, where even if you don't do anything to your property website, people can access your 100-point home marketing plan. They can get their home value. They can download a PDF guide. So there's a lot of great ways to engage people at your single property website. And then I got a poll looking to buy a home in the next 12 months. And then there's 3 options, a little hard to read on a desktop or a laptop. But the replies are yes, send me a home buying guide. No, I need to sell my home. And I'm going to give you a link to these polls. So check this out. Here's another image of that new construction kitchen, right? I'm not overthinking it. I'm not overcomplicating it, but there's a link. Get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. If I'm thinking about buying a home, I may very well click that link, right? I'm thinking about buying a home. I like that image. It's new construction. Visit link. And now I can download that PDF guide on the 6 things to check. There's another poll. Is this kitchen your vibe? And the poll response, yes, we'll cook there every night. I'd make a few upgrades. I need to sell my home. So I'm going to give you a link. Here's a little video clip. All right. It says open house in Folsom. But again, that could just say new. Let me go back real quick. That could just say new construction in Folsom. All right. New construction in Folsom. Again, I'm going to the property website and I got another poll. And so the reason I'm showing you this is because I could do a full walkthrough video, but I want to break it out into a bunch of different little tidbits. I want to break this out into a bunch of breadcrumbs for people so that no matter when they come onto Instagram, I've got multiple, in this case, I got 5 different things that they can see. And I've got call to actions in every single one of them. Here I got my free ultimate guide to buying a home. How would you rate this space? Just a little video clip. I'm not even in it. You could literally walk into a new construction. I walk up, take an image of the front of the property. That's post number 1. I walk into the property. I take a picture of the kitchen. Total time spent, 3 seconds. I got 2 posts. Maybe as I'm walking up, in addition to just taking a picture, I do a quick little video scan. That's post number 3. Then I do the living room, post number 4. And I'm not overcomplicating it. Let's take a look at the next one. And I'll drop this link for you. You can take a look at it. And you know how to access this, right? Because now you can see it's just right there in the step-by-step guide. So when you're at any listing that you've got, it doesn't matter. Just click market listing, you'll land on the overview. So just click step-by-step guide. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see these links. I've got them for pending. I've got them for just sold. I've got them for coming soon, just listed, open house. So we go just listed in Folsom, right? Image. And let me see here. If I go to my profile, I've got, I think, it's under my personal. Anyways, you can access all of that through those 2 links I just gave you. And how to do this on Instagram. All right, there's a link right there. How to do it on TikTok. And if you scroll down, let me see here. If I scroll down a little bit more, before we get into the community marketing. All right. Oh, yeah, not right there. All right. To be clear, these are built outside of L to L, but you provided training. Excuse me. Yeah, Jamel. So check this out. And everybody, if you want to learn how to do what I just shared with you on Instagram for any of your listings, right? Listing presentation, maybe not. I got coming soon, just listed, active, pending, just sold. I'll just click. In fact, I'll click this one right here where it says step-by-step guide. Click the learn more. And if you scroll down, you're going to see some Instagram stories. So you're not going to miss it. In fact, I'll put this link in there. So you see this right here? So I'm showing you some examples. And then the links are right here. So I'm going to give you all this link as well. And check out right here. See the 5-day Instagram and TikTok campaign idea? Now, this one is for open houses. You can do the same thing for anything. So you can do it for new construction. You can do it for pending, for sold. You can do it for that listing that you're borrowing. The whole idea, though, is this. You want 2 things. You want quantity, So I don't want to sit here and overproduce something that's going to take me 3 hours to get one piece of content. All right. That's death defying. I want some images. I want some pictures. And then that way I can create this campaign. And you're going to see here, if you click on the campaign, all right, I'll walk you through there how to do it. Instagram stories, 5 stories in 5 days. You can do a lot of this on TikTok as well. So right at that link I just gave you, I walk you through 5 different ideas. And you can, once you understand the 5, you could do 25. You could do 25 of these a week, and you just add in and I even tell you here what link to use and where to find that link. And I give you the poll idea. I'm serving this up to you on a silver platter, right? Story number 3, day number 3, right? Show off the living room, main living space. Here's the poll idea. Here's a link that I would recommend that you use. Jamel, yeah, in the new system that we're launching soon, I think we're going to be doing more of that. Yeah, that's a phenomenal idea. Thank you. All right, let's get into Jamel. Man, you're on the call, so just here we go for the communities. Excuse me, for the communities. Yeah. I'm going to give you another link. I'm sorry for all the links. I hope I'm not overdoing it on the links. Let me see. All right, we'll go there in a minute. All right. But if I go to landing pages, there is a default one called new construction. I'm going to open it up, and I have customized this quite a bit. So I've customized the background, new construction homes at El Dorado, learn about new homes, schedule tours, and get the inside info on any available buyer incentives before everyone else. Now get the free information. I got name, email, and phone number. I got a countdown clock, 3.99% financing if signed by August 27th. We'll update that. So I'm going to show you real briefly how to edit that landing page. Jamel, this might be something for you to consider. So again, I click landing pages. Home value is the first, down payment second, new construction is third. There's a little edit icon in the top right of that image. That's going to take me here to the editor. I can change the background. I could do an image. I could do a video. Right, so I'll leave the video. The video is pretty cool. We got stock images. And this is where it would be really cool. Imagine, Jamel, dude, imagine whether the builder has this, or if you got, dude, I got a drone. Find somebody with a drone on a nice day, do a drone flyover, right? I got a DJI it records the video for me. Just do a slow, look at this. This is not overcomplicated. Just do a nice, slow overhead fly over the new development and upload it to YouTube, right? Leave it as unlisted, and then drop that link where it says video, upload video. Somewhere you can put a link. I'm not seeing it. Oh, maybe just upload the video. Yeah, upload the video file right there. I thought there was somewhere you can put a YouTube link. Upload. Oh, URL. I'm sorry. All right. So when I click video for that background, I got video and URL. And then the URL goes right here. Third-party video. You can see on the far left right there. So that's the background. Dude, you show this to a builder, they're going to be like, holy cow. Styles and color. I can change the styles and color. Now, custom page content. This is where we got different options. There's default, which if I click preview, that will be nothing. That's just going to be blank on the left of the lead form. If I go video, that's going to want to drop a video to the left, which video on video wouldn't be great. Bullet points, embed HTML. I like countdown counter. The reason I like countdown counter with new construction is in this box right here, I'm going to say 3.99% special financing if signed by November 30th. and then end date time. There's a little calendar, and I got November 30th right here. I'm going to click save. Let's just take a quick look at it right now, and then I'll show you how to edit the text in the lead form. So this is where I'm going to actually just market that whole development. And again, man, if you got, even if it's just like a single family home, if it's if it's a builder, all right. So special financing assigned by November 30th. Let me go see if I want to, let's see if we get that video. Where background, video preview, and then let me save it. And let's go take a look at it because this is so hot, right? How long do you want to make a story? If it's an image, it's going to be just an image. If it's a video clip, it doesn't need to be more than 10 to 15 seconds long. It really doesn't. You can do longer. Right now I got a countdown clock counting down to November 30th. And Monica says, nope, not at all. What do you mean by nope, not at all? I apologize, Monica. I missed what that was in reference to. All right. So how do you edit this part over here? Super easy. Lead form text right there. So I'm just opening and closing these different sections. New construction homes, El Dorado. Learn about new home scheduled tours and get inside incentives. I got get the free information now. And then the form fields, that's the information that you're going to collect. You asked about too many links. Okay. Yep. All right. Awesome. I got name required, email required, phone is optional. I can even hide it. And I got a few other options right there. Having more than three is by far the max. And a lot of times with buyers, I just do name and email because phone, but everyone's got a different way they like to do it. And in fact, what I can do is phone. I could say, check this out. I can say, get incentives texted to you. And when I click save, check out down here. Oh, I might want to put phone in there too. Let's see real quickly what happens. So you got name, email, and phone. And yeah, 1 second. So let's go back. And so under the form field for phone, now I'll save. So we got name, email, and phone. And I'm looking right here. I'm reading in the lead form right there. And I just added get incentives texted to you. So it'll increase the likelihood of somebody giving me a good phone number right there when they see that. And so now here's our landing page, Folsom, brandnewhomesnow.com, 3.99% financing. And then there's marketing tools, there's advanced options. I'm just going to go to marketing tools. And it's going to be just very similar to what we did a little earlier. All right, we got the Facebook and Instagram ad. Now, one thing I didn't look at was the social media share image, but I'll just do that right here. So I'm going to grab, because I like that text that I gave you all earlier. And if you lose it, just ask me in the Mastermind group. All right. New homes coming soon to Folsom. Experience Folsom's newest community of modern homes designed for easy yada. All right. That's essentially the same text that another client's been running for. And he's actually, what's funny? It doesn't matter. That's not really important. Add location, not Louisiana. Now pay attention. I'm going to show that custom question thing again. So if you're a little bit confused on that custom question, pay attention. We're going to walk through that one more time here. Lifetime budget of $100. Oh, $1,100. 1 week by default. Do not use a property video or like a long video here. And an ad, if you're ever going to use video in an ad, it should be on point. Think more TikTok length. But I am going to change the image. Wait. Yeah. Change template, change image. I could use that one. That would be fine probably, but I'm just going to check. I'm going to use just the image itself, just more like that. All right, now here we go. One more time, we're going to do the custom question. And then tomorrow, if anybody wants to wait on this, tomorrow I'm going to add some version of get the latest incentives for new construction homes. I may not include new construction. Yeah, whatever. But I'm going to add a version of that question for tomorrow. But this one is great as it is. So here we go. Advanced options, create new form. I'm going to open up the question dropdown, select the questions, and then close it out. If I don't sit here and talk my way through it, it'll take me 10 seconds. Advanced options, create new form. I'm going to open up the forms. Right. I want to keep name, email, and phone number. I don't want to miss that, but all I'm wanting to do is I'm going to leave your time frame to buy. And then I'm just going to turn this one off. And I'm going to turn this one on. See if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. Then create new form. We're going to create that form with those new questions. And then I'm going to turn advanced options off. I don't need to be in there. There's nothing you need for most of you. Create ad. There's really, you could do retargeting if you want to for this. 7.5 or 8 out of 10. I'm just going to let this run to the algorithm. Let Facebook put it to the algorithm. And let's take a look at this one that I did a little bit earlier. We'll see what it looks like. I can't remember if I swapped out the text in this ad. It doesn't matter. I just want you to see how it works. So people are going to see the ad on Facebook. Here we go. New homes coming soon to Folsom. Experience Folsom's newest community of modern home designed for yada, yada, yada. They click the image. And here we go. What's your time frame to buy? Just dreaming. See if you qualify for a zero down or down payment assistance. And again, tomorrow, I'm going to add the thing about incentives. Hit continue, name, email, and phone number. Continue, submit. And now here's the cool thing. They don't even need, oh yeah, it's going to put me right here. Perfect. Yeah. And if they own a home, get your free home value estimate. That's default for most of you. And that goes right here. So it's a nice little flow. So we can capture. Muhammad, I think you asked a question, or you mentioned this earlier. A lot of times when the people say just dreaming, and I did mention this earlier, but a lot of times when people say they're just dreaming, those are first-time home buyers. So just keep that in mind. Not always, a lot of times. We got Google ads. So I'm telling you what, so Jamal, I would approach that builder and I would say, dude, you know what? I would build out the landing page and send it to me. Feel free to send it to me. I'll take a look at it. I can jump into your account again. We can hop on a call, dude, for sure. Of course we can. Just in the meantime, you can get started on this quickly. We got the short form video script. We still got the e-flyer to our database. Right? All this is editable. All right. So we've just walked through marketing individual units, which it's 6 of one. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. And the entire community, there we go. The entire community, either way you can do this. The big thing I want to have you think about is the idea of a custom question, and make sure when you get the lead notification, when you get notified of a lead, all right, that notification is going to let you know the responses to those 2 questions. Mohammed, right? I know you saw that because you told me, hey, I see these leads coming through. And one of them yesterday said they're just dreaming. There's always going to be a second question. And the default one is for the buyers, do you want the ultimate guide to buying a home? So if it says yes, they got it sent to them in the autoresponder. And when you follow up, just say, hey, this is Muhammad with eXp Realty, and you requested information on that new construction over in Bloomfield Hills, and you requested information about the ultimate guide to buying a home. And so that way they're going, yeah, I got the guide. I requested information about that new construction. Or in this case, what I would say is, and you wanted the information on zero down or down payment assistance options, right? Give me a call back, right? Or you can go ahead and text me back at this number. and we can get you going. We can get you more information on that. Did you buy? No, Steve, every one of you gets this domain. That's part of your account. Let's go back to the landing page, main page. So landing page is right there, main page. If you go to new construction, down payment assistance, or free home values, all three of these, if I go to edit, same with the other two, advanced options and domains. And you're going to see here, we've got a bunch, new construction homes for you, new construction homes now, brand new homes now, new construction homes for you.net, .org, .info. So we got some of these domains and you can put whatever you want in the front. All right. So now the only thing is, if you change this, if you've been using if I've been using folsom.brandnewhomes, if I've been using folsom.brandnewhomesnow.com, and if I were to change this to Whitney Oaks and I hit save, all of those links out being used for the Folsom will be broken. So don't come in here and start changing this around all the time, because you're just going to have a lot of broken links all over the internet. But what you could do, the easiest thing to do could be, and it would work, I think, in most places, you could, for example, if you wanted to. So let's just say the name of the development is Whitney Oaks, all right, or the Knolls and Whitney Oaks. All right. I don't know. The Knolls seems to be a common name for a lot of the developments. So KNOOLS, right? So you could go out and buy the Knolls Sarasota.com. And then you could put that here. And Jamel, this might be something you do, man. You might go to GoDaddy and see if you can buy a domain that would work for that area. So I think you're in Georgia, and let's just assume the new construction is the Knolls, Atlanta or Georgia, whatever. Hit save. And then when people, then you can use this link in the ad. You could use that link in the social media post. You could use that link in the e-flyer, so that you got a more of a branded link to that community. If you're not familiar with this, if this is confusing to you, you don't need to stress out. This is just optional. It's one of those cherry on the top type of things that's nice to have or do, but it is by no means, absolutely not required to have success. Not at all. Yeah, dude, that's where I probably buy domains every week. In fact, I just bought a phenomenal domain recently. Oh man, I can't remember. But I bought actually a few really good domains recently that I was shocked that were even available. I was so surprised. All right. Anything else? Thank you, Lynn. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Lynn, so much. I appreciate that. Will we be able to edit the automation control? Would a central lead opting in? No, not right now. Nope. So they'll get, no, in listing leads, you can. It's not set up by default, but if you go to follow-ups, you can actually connect. And I don't know how to do it off the top of my head, but I know you can do it. So let's say, and let me show you just one last thing. I'm not going to get into it, but I know I've got to do a training on this soon. Let me just close some of these out. All right. Under landing pages, for example, let's say I want to create a brand new landing page for this development. Add new landing page. So let me show you one more time. Create new landing page, add, and I'm going to do free custom landing page buyers. And I'm going to say the Knolls Atlanta. All right. Like we were using that same name earlier. Create landing page. And that's going to cycle through. Steve, thanks. Yeah. No, you can't import leads into listings to leads at this point. Yeah. I was just in a Facebook Mastermind group the other day, and people were complaining about, and if I said the name, it's like one of the largest, every broker, a lot of people have it, the website CRM company. And they're like, if only my emails would make it past the spam filter. And the reason why most of your emails using the normal and I know I don't want to say any names, but pretty much every single large CRM, your emails and even your text go to the spam. And it's because what they do is they allow people to upload a list, and invariably somebody uploads a list of cold emails and they start spamming them. And now the entire thing is just blown apart. So check this out, right? The Knowles Atlanta, open editor. We're right back where we were before. Background, I can upload an image. I can select and upload, use a video. In fact, it's funny. I did this one for a horse farm, and then I can change the color. I can add the custom content, right? Countdown counter. That's all financing on horse properties, right? Ending this. Obviously, this is a absolute rush. I'm not spell checking or even worrying about if it just makes sense. I'm just showing you ideas, like just off the cuff. Form fields, new horse properties in Atlanta. Get the special info now. Get more information. I'm going to click save again. Now we got this. And so where I'm going with this is I could create a custom follow-up plan in listings to leads and connect the landing page to that follow-up if I want to. All right. And I believe that's actually a stock video. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Are we good? I don't like to stay for too long. I know people have other things to do, but get yourself into the mastermind group. I'm telling you right now, I almost don't even want to say this again because all of us are just slammed over here with orders coming in for these things because people are converting. They're getting listings from it. Just had the guy, I'm waiting to get the story. As soon as I can get him interviewed, I'm going to interview the guy that got the 3 listings. I need to know, what the hell did you do, man? 3 listings. John got 1 listing. He didn't even door knock. He didn't even mail them. He just called him up. He had this in his back pocket and he said, I just want to, and if you got to watch the interview, he said, in fact, yeah, watch the interview for what he said, but then he went over there with this. And here was the kicker. I'll give you the punchline. So he's got this with him. He's talking to the husband and great conversation. I think they'd been there for a little while. And the wife comes walking up, and this is all in the interview. The wife comes walking up and they introduce each other, and she takes it from him, not takes it, whatever. Somehow she's got it and she's looking through it and she goes, oh, wow, this looks really interesting. Why don't you come in and let's go. I'll have to review this with you. Because this is not a 1-page slick. This is not a 2-page slick. This is something, all right, that when people see this, they're just like, are you kidding me? My last agent was a bonehead. Now, you don't talk bad about other agents. When the homeowner says, oh my God, my last agent, all they did is they threw it in the MLS. I think they did a Facebook post maybe, but I never saw it. I wasn't really sure what they were doing. And you walk into this right here, it's almost an unfair advantage. Once we're set up with the expired, can use the same setup. It's going to be, but the problem, well, not problem. So in here though, it's going to refer to expired. I think in some areas, not every page, but some of these pages will say expired on it. And then listing presentation won't, and then FSBO won't. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But again, get to the mastermind group. Let's have a great conversation there. Put your questions in there. That way we can benefit everybody through your questions and my replies and other people's replies. And then, my God, we got that challenge kicking off on Monday, and I feel like I'm so unprepared. But for all of you, you're the ones doing the challenge. What my plan is going to be is every day at 8 a.m. and I'm thinking 4 p.m. twice a day, half hour. And I'm going to be available on, just like we are right now. I'm going to be available to you to walk through what are you doing? What's the game plan for the day? In fact, I might even do 7 a.m. because I know some of you on the East Coast. I'm out here in California. I'm waking up when you're halfway through your morning. So I may actually choke it up a little bit and do a 7 a.m. call my time, which would be 10 a.m. your time. So that way, at least you got your marching orders for the day. And hey, here's what I'm hearing, what's working. Maybe we'll have people come on that are having some success so that we can share with you. But the main goal is going to be for all of you to stay motivated, to stay on point, because I'm telling you, I don't know where you'd have to be at to not to be able to get at least 2 to 3 listings in the next 30 days from doing this. To find the mastermind group, law in your account, marketing calendar, resources, click the green join group button. I will drop this link into the chat real quick here. But if you're watching this on the recording and you're a client, just go to marketing calendar, resources, and then you'll see join group. You'll see all of our recordings for the lives, from the videos I do. And then with that, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Love doing these calls with you. If you have anything else, make sure to get into the mastermind group, and I'll talk to you up. Awesome, Lisa. Thank you so much for that. And once or so, oh yeah, awesome. All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And Jamel, ping me a little bit later and we'll try to get together and I'll walk you through. We'll see what we can do. I'd love to hear you, dude. I don't know who the builder is or anything about him, but dude, it would be awesome for you to get an exclusive with them if that's appropriate, or just start impressing the heck out of them and get dialed in a little bit better. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to you about that. All right, everybody, have a good one. Thank you so much.